Coming up next, I'll share a very clear path to becoming self-employed, and then we'll answer the question, is college worth it right now? Plus, we take your calls, and it all starts right now. All right, here we go. Coming to you live from Ramsey Solutions Studios in Nashville. You have joined a conversation about you, specifically who you are, how you're uniquely made, what you were created to do as it relates to work. How you get there is the important part. Hey, how do I actually get there if I figure it out? I mean, what's that look like, Ken? And so we're going to help you with a very clear path, the 7 stages to doing what you were born to do. Get clear, get qualified, get connected, get started, get promoted, get the dream job, and give yourself away. So we're excited to have you with us as we take on the world at work, because most people just think, work's just a thing I do to live. And we believe here on the Ken Coleman Show that you were created to work. In other words, created to contribute. And your work ought to be on purpose, and it ought not be a dead-end day job. So join us, will you? 844-747-2577. We have so many of you that want to start your own business. You have walked through stage 1 and you've gotten clear and you know you want to start a business. Or some of you are going, I actually have always wanted to start a business. I'm not quite sure how to start the business. And I want to focus on that group of people. So how do you come up with the ideas? And then how do you pick the right idea for that side hustle that you hope to eventually become your own company? Or how do you determine, hey, this is the business that I'm supposed to start and run? So I'm going to give you some very simple ways to do this. Now let's use the normal construct here of talent, what you do best, passion, work you love, and then mission, the results that you want to create. But let's flip the order. Okay? Now we're going to walk through this, but we're going to flip the order. Well, let's talk about mission first. So if you're thinking about a business, a side hustle, something you want to start, that entrepreneurial itch has taken over. How do you determine what's the best idea? How do you come up with ideas? This is how. We start on mission first. Now, the questions that we ask and answer to determine our mission, professional mission we're talking about, results that we want to accomplish, results we want to contribute to the world. So we ask 3 questions. The first one is, who are the people I most want to help? Now, the reason we ask that question is because all businesses, all entrepreneurial ideas are a result of saying, I want to help people. In other words, I want to meet a need or fulfill a desire. I'll give an example. Meet a need is, I want to provide plumbing, electrical work, disaster cleanup, whatever. I want to create a daycare. In those situations, those examples, you are meeting a need or solving a problem. Another way to look at missional results and get ideas is to say, what desires do I want to fulfill? So that would be, I want to give people a great place to eat. I want to give them a great meal. Great meal, great location. Great, that's a desire. I want to sell them some really nice looking clothes. I want to design clothes. I want to design shoes. I want to do women's hair, do women's makeup, whatever. Now that is just a desire. They desire to be pretty. They desire to wear nice clothes. They desire a great vacation. They desire a great concert, a great meal, whatever. And so you are either meeting a need or fulfilling a desire. That's what all businesses are designed to do. You're either meeting a need or fulfilling a desire. So if you're trying to come up with an idea for your side hustle, your business, you have to ask yourself, who are the people I most want to help? That's the first question. The second question is, what need do I want to meet or desire do I want to fulfill? That's the second question. And the third question is, what are the solutions, or what is the solution to meeting their need or fulfilling their desire? If you ask and answer that question, then you've got ideas. Because again, that's what businesses are designed to do. meet a need, or fulfill a desire. So when you determine who the people you are that you want to help, that allows you to start going, oh, I want to help these people. There's a heart connection there. Oh, yeah, these are the people I want to help. And that allows you to begin to identify their needs or their desire. Oh, now we got some clarity. Now we're going to go one level deeper. What are the solutions to those needs or those desires? And now we get ideas for a possible business. So that's the first thing. We look at mission. Now we want to go to passion. This is defined here on the Ken Coleman Show by work that you love to do. Think a task, a role. You love filling this role. You love doing this task. That can be applied across every type of work there is in the world. So you start, well, what's the type of thing I love to do? And you start getting clear on that. Yeah, I love to do this. I love to do this. I love to do this. This is not, I can work hard at this, but it doesn't feel like work. It's enjoyment. Time disappears. Don't want to stop. That's the passion. So now that we have ideas, and we've kind of got those missional results that we want to provide to those specific people, we go, okay, I'm just doing a little bit of work here, and I'm going, what kind of work do I love to do? Does that match up with this business idea? This solution, essentially, that I want to provide? Do I have a love for the type of work that's going to be required to deliver the solution? So let me tell you what's happening here. All of this is about getting clear. But when I've got the mission figured out, I've got ideas, direction, and then when I look at passion, I get confirmation. Oh, I actually been good at that. I love solving people's household repairs and problems. That's what I love to do. If one of the ideas was being a fix-it repair business, ding, 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 ding. So we're getting confirmation here. Because we've got to have the talent to pull this off, or else it's just fantasy land. And then now let's look at talent. What do I do well? Now, I know what I love to do, but is it hobby level skill? Meaning I don't think anybody pay me for it because I'm just not good enough. What are my top talents? This is what people compliment me on. This comes easy for me, and I know people will pay me for this because I'm actually good at it. This is the final piece, and this is application. So now we go, okay, I know the idea, I know the type of business because it's based on mission, the results that I want to deliver to people. I know that the work that's involved in this, it's going to be broad, but I'm very clear on the type of work that I love. And so now I'm getting some confirmation that, yeah, I love this work. There's going to be things I don't love to do when you start a business because you're the chief everything officer. But what we're saying is, as this thing grows and scales, you love the work that's required to produce the result. That's the confirmation piece. And then finally, application talent. You got to go, okay, look, I'm really talented at this piece. I'm not so talented over here. So in the early days when I'm chief everything officer, who are some contract people? Maybe I hire an accountant because I'm not very good at numbers. That's the idea here. So we apply this talent to, okay, I can actually do this well for myself. These things over here that I've got to do, I don't do these things well. So I'm going to have to learn. I'm going to have to get okay at it. I'm going to have to hire for that or contract out for that. And so what you've done here is now you go, oh, there's the path to actually doing this. It's doable. I'm not so scared. I see that it is possible. And this is the emotional and the mental exercise that you've got to do so that you actually have the courage to step out and start the business. So that process works. And that's how you get the ideas. That's how you confirm that it's a good idea. And that's how you figure out how to best go about executing on the idea. 844-747-2577 is the phone number. 844-747-2577. We're going to answer a big question with some real data. Is college worth it? Coming up in the news segment. And we got some funny work fails on this Friday. But first, to the phones we go. Houston, Texas is where Phil joins us. Phil, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hello?
Hey, Phil, you're on the Ken Coleman Show. What's up?
Hey, well, thank you for taking my call. First of all, I just wanted to say I love your show and appreciate everything that you do at Ramsey Solutions.
Thank you.
So I've been teaching for about 14 years, and I've been thinking of making a career change. I actually applied for an account executive position at the company my wife works. I've had an interview yesterday and actually received a call yesterday that I was one of the finalists. My wife is a director of marketing at that company, and I'd be working under sales. My question is, do you recommend husband and wife working for the same company?
I don't recommend it in the sense of the way that you're asking it. Like, do I walk around espousing, hey, I think if you can, you should work at the same company as your spouse. I don't recommend it. Like, this is a good thing. So if you're being pure and I'm being pure on word choice, then the answer is no. I don't recommend it. I don't say, hey, this is a good idea. This is something you should do. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
But I don't also strictly say that's a really awful idea either. My advice and my opinion on should you work at a company that your spouse works at is it's very custom. Do you two have the maturity that if you aren't doing well in your job or your leader's got to correct you and instruct you and you get your feelings hurt, you're going to take that home. There's no question about that. So how would she respond to that? She's in a leadership position. You're not. How's that really going to look? It's one thing to think about the idea. It's another thing to live in the idea. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to take maturity. I'm not against it, but I would not recommend it as a best option just because of the psychology involved that is inescapable when something not so favorable, let's put it that way, happens to one of the spouses and they both work in the same building. Does that make sense to you? Do you have a question about
sir,
that?
It does. Yes, sir. No, it makes a lot of sense. And just the fact that I guess the sales and marketing, they kind of work sometimes together, goes kind of a little hand in hand.
What's your gut? What's your gut? You called me. I told you what I think, but what's your gut?
I've kind of been like wishy-washy on it more because of the fact that I want to, I don't want to add more stress to my wife's job. Her stress is already, her job is very stressful as it is.
Right.
I was just trying to find.
So wait a second. Wait. When you say you're wishy-washy, that's a way of saying I'm flipping and flopping back and forth. Which way are you flipping to most of the time? Which way are you leaning to?
I would say I would not want to add that added level stress to my wife's job.
Yeah. Okay, good. I got your answer. What did she say?
She says that I would do she knows I would nail it. She thinks I would do great. But it's kind of like, she says we have a really good work-life balance right now as it is, in which I'm a teacher and I get to hang around with our kids.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to help you get to the point of this. She said you're going to do a good job because she's a good wife, and she said nice things about her hubs. But it sounds like to me she doesn't think it's a good decision for you to work there. Am I right?
Hey, I'm thinking so. Yes, sir.
All right. Then don't do it. I think your wife is being really nice, and she's trying to be sensitive to you because she's a really great woman. But I think you're whoa. Okay. That's time for break. So I'll let you go. But you got to trust your gut there. You just have to trust your gut. I tried to move on from that, and I just can't. I have ADHD, so when the goes off behind me, I can't. It's time for lunch or break or whatever's going on there. Or there's a large vehicle that is backing up into your location, and you should seek immediate shelter. Fun stuff. Yeah. Last thing on this, Phil's a good dude. I appreciate he called. Phil, I'm so grateful you did. You got to trust your gut on this, and your gut is just going. You know what? That sound might have been Phil's gut. It occurs to me that was a wonderful moment right there, and I just now got it. Phil, that was your gut going, hey, Phil, your wife does not want you to work at the same company, and the alarm is going off. It was a sign from heaven. I can't hear Madison. She's trying to talk to me. Stay tuned, folks. Madison's got something to say if we can figure out how to turn her mic on. Still can't hear you. All right, never mind. Would you please give her a mic? Now I can't focus. What is the word, Madison? There we go. I hear something.
All right, there we go. I was going to say, you kind of said it at the end, but if you were looking for a sign, there you go.
Yeah, there's your sign. The giant horn in the background, Nathan, was the sign. That's pretty much the way we need to go. 844-747-2577 is the number. Let's go to Michael now in Charlotte, North Carolina. Michael, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken. Hey, first of all, I just wanted to say that I love what you do and happy that I'm able to find you.
Well, man, I appreciate that. I'm here for you. What's going on?
So I used your interview guide and your clarity guide and was able to land a series of interviews that went really, really well.
Good.
I had my third round interview yesterday, and it went smooth. It went so smooth that I'm honestly anticipating having a job offer from this target company.
Nice. Way to go. That feels good.
Thank you. Yeah, very excited. However, I'm concerned about my current company and the fact that I lead a few projects, and June is a really big period for for my current company, and we're starting to divvy up responsibilities. And so I'm worried about waiting a little bit too long to get an offer and then to inform my current company that I'll be leaving and putting them in a really tough spot. So my question to you, Ken, today is, when is a good time frame for me to start kind of pestering my target company's recruiter and saying, hey, when is the ETA for if I happen to get a job offer going to be extended? And in addition to that, is there any types of requests that I can make to the company that I'm trying to get hired on to?
No, hold on. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't
Go
want
ahead.
you. I appreciate the question, and it makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
But you want this job, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So don't pester. You're not there yet.
Don't do anything.
Yeah. You've
Cool.
got some anxiety over anticipation, and that's never healthy. So, you're anticipating you're going to get the offer, but we don't know that you're going to get the offer. And so anticipation of getting the offer, and you're feeling like, oh gosh, that's going to set into motion all these things. And oh my gosh, I'm going to leave my current company in the lurch, and then they're going to think I'm a jerk. So I better call these people up and say, hey, how quick can I get the offer? Hear how that sounds?
Right.
Now, I said it that way to I'm trying to match the emotion of your inner voice. Did I come close?
Yeah, you got pretty damn close there.
Isn't that wild? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Michael, I've been there before. That's exactly what's going on. I knew it. So what do? We go, wait a second. In fact, when I said it the way that I said it, how did it make you feel?
I just smiled. I was like, yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. So you feel a little silly. So let's reset. Number one, you are not irreplaceable. Number two, if and when you get an offer and you take it, you are going to leave well. That's just who you are. That's why you called the show and asked this question. You're a top-notch class act. Am I right or wrong?
Absolutely.
So the anxiety and anticipation is predicated, it's built on total lies, which would say that you are irreplaceable, and if you leave, the company's going to fall apart, which then means they're going to think of you as the biggest jerk in the world. Those are lies. And so it's natural when we feel the emotions around that to go, oh, gosh. So chill out. What I think you can do in anticipation is think through, what could I do now without them having any knowledge that I'm looking at this other opportunity that I could leave? What could I do now that would ease that transition, that would make it better? And I do that. And so I am easing that emotion of wanting to be liked, and that's normal. Because here's the deal. If everything goes the way we want it to go, you're going to get an offer soon, you're going to leave, and you're going to leave well. And then they go, well, we hate to lose Michael, but Michael's such a class act. He left us in a good situation. And boy, what a solid guy he is. And yay, Michael, go pursue your dream. That's what you want to happen. Correct?
That is correct.
All right. So that's the answer to what needs to be true for you to leave well?
Okay.
And so now you go, okay, I can't tell them now, but even as we're divvying up assignments, maybe I take on a little extra. I do a little here and there. I set them up really well. They don't even realize I'm setting them up well. And then if I get this offer and I take it, then I'm feeling much better about it. But that's all this is.
Okay.
This is all emotion.
Understood.
Yeah, but hey, I'm not picking on, I don't want you to hear you're an emotional basket case. You're a normal human being. You're really well-balanced, thoughtful, high-character guy. But that's a natural thing to feel. So if you get your emotions in check, then you're not going to take some bad actions. But if our emotions are out of whack, then we're going to pester the recruiter, press them, and they may go, man, this dude needs to relax, and they go with somebody else, right?
Right.
That's what I don't want you to do. So take a deep breath, be a class act, start planning for what the transition might look like, and let the chips fall where they fall. Appreciate the call, Michael. I really do. You're a good dude. 844-747-2577. Coming up next, we're going to look at the data on, is college actually worth it? Got 21 years of data. And funny work fails. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
We were drawn to Christian Healthcare Ministries because we both had young families and we wanted to have more children. And we had also just started a real estate company and needed to find healthcare coverage that would meet our needs.
We were attracted to CHM because of its low monthly costs and the ability to negotiate medical costs down.
Established in 1981 and accredited by the Better Business Bureau, CHM is here to meet the needs of your growing family or small business. Check us out at chministries.org.
We absolutely believe in it.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show, coming to you live from our Ramsey Solutions studios in Nashville. Thrilled to have you with us. Hey, we recently announced more career coaching spots with yours truly. We are offering 3 one-hour coaching sessions, one-on-one with me. And so these are filling up. This is fun, and this is where we go deep. Imagine an hour-long call on the Ken Coleman Show, and I'm going deep, giving you homework assignments, following up with you, and we have a big time. People are laughing on these things. They're crying. It's one-on-one coaching, and because we are videoing this, we're going to turn this into a course and an opportunity to train more people to do this work. We are offering it at a steep discount. It is normally $4,800. We're offering it at $2,400 for 3 one-hour sessions. Go to kencoleman.com/coaching. That's kencoleman.com/coaching. And when you get to that site, you can sign up your first session. They got it connected to my calendar. I don't know how these people do this, but there you go. kencoleman.com/coaching. All right. Is college worth it? Now, if you've been listening or watching this show for any amount of time, you know my answer to that question is based on 2 other questions. So I want to frame this. Is college or higher education the only way, the only path? Meaning you can't do it without that requirement. If it's the only way, then it's worth it, with a caveat of don't go into student loan debt over it. The second qualifying question is college worth it? Is it the best way? If you weigh all of the paths to where you want to get to, if college comes out as the best way, then it's worth it. Again, with the caveat of no student loans. But what's the data say on college and the financial investment in college? Is it worth it? Let's look at the data. In my hands, I've got the data. Looking at tuition from 2000 to the end of the year of 2019. So we're looking at 19 years. College tuition, average college student paid $24,623 for tuition fees and room and board. That is an increase of 59%. So in 2019, $24,600. That's an increase of 59% compared to 2000 when the inflation-adjusted price was $15,485. And you ready for this? just the numbers. Wages have not kept the same pace. So college tuition has raised by 59% in 19 years, but wages have not. We got a problem here. Let's look at some more. Between 2000 and 2020, the share of Americans with an associate degree increased by 3 percentage points, from 8% to 11% of Americans with an associate's degree. The percentage of Americans with a bachelor's degree rose twice as much, from 17% to 23%. And then the share of Americans with an advanced degree rose 5 percentage points, from 9% to 14%. So what we're seeing is, in the data, more and more people are getting associates, 4-year degrees, or advanced degrees. The percentages are going up steadily because the marketing message remains, and if not just remaining where it was when it started, it has increased, that the only way to success professionally is through college. But here's the problem. If that's true, then why haven't wages increased? Now, that's a whole show that I could break down. Let me oversimplify it so that you get it. If wages aren't increasing anywhere near the rate that college education is increasing, then what it says to me is that college education is increasingly irrelevant. And that's what I have been saying for a long time. Now understand, the data that I just shared doesn't even adjust for student loans. So college education and enrollment is increasing. Wages aren't increasing anywhere near that amount. And oh, by the way, student loans are off the charts. Trillions of dollars. And these people that are getting these degrees are coming out with crazy amounts of debt and increasing at that. And they're not seeing the wage benefit. And this is because colleges aren't training the majority, hear that word, colleges and universities are not training the majority of their students for actual jobs. It's a bunch of knowledge, it's a bunch of great experience, and it's a continuation of the high school and middle school and grade school experience in the United States. And that is, it's a bunch of test taking. How did you do on memorization? Oh, great. Now we're going to send you into the marketplace with tens of thousands of dollars of student loans, and you can't do a job, but you can memorize stuff. Well, how many jobs are out there for the good memorizers? Yeah, Ken, I don't like that. I'm sorry. You don't have to like it. I'm just talking common sense. What I didn't provide for you today that you can go Google is how many college students feel that their degree is relevant to the work they're trying to do. Go look at what they say. Since I haven't been in it since the 90s, the early 90s. Oh, by the way, some of you go, well, Ken, hypocrite much? No. Because I don't have a college degree. Oh, and by the way, never going to get it. You know why? I don't need it. And I don't give two freaking craps what anybody thinks about me as a person or as a success related to my degree. Doesn't matter. Don't need it. Now, I'm going to stop there because we're going to have some fun today, but I'm about ready to really build a platform on this, and I'm going to be driving this issue because I believe there are millions of parents who are looking for a voice to say, Ken, give me permission to just help train my kid to do what they were created to do. And we are. Oh, are we dreaming and scheming right now, Joe? Behind the scenes. So, back to the beginning question. Is college worth it? The answer is sometimes. You like that, Nathan? I mean, look, it ain't all the time. I'm going to go as far as say it's not most of the time. I'm going to say that college is worth it sometime. Now, let me just go. I'm still ranting. I'm going to actually go a little bit more on this because here's what I know is coming at me. My critics on this go, well, Ken, the data says that people with college degrees make more money than people who don't. And that is true. Ken, did you just shoot your whole argument in the foot? No, because let's look at the data. Who are the people without college degrees in general? Lower wage earners. Oh, Ken, you're still shooting yourself in the foot. No, I'm not. Because the lower wage earners, lower income, they don't even want to go to college. They're not even looking for those type of jobs. But if they were to go into the trades, they would make more money. Then those numbers would go up. But you're just simply going, well, look, these people are in professional corporate jobs, but it's such a huge amount of people over here. Everybody's going to college in the United States. The numbers are unbelievable how many people are going to college versus not. But they're not measuring everybody to say, oh, where do we stand on this? So it is just a simple function of every employer out there goes, well, you kind of got to have this and this and this. And here's the reality. Because there is such a phobia about the trades, people aren't going into the trades. But if they started to move into the trades, those numbers would change mightily. So the bottom line is that the only reason the data shows that people with a degree make more money is because, again, it's its own little factory. We got all of our assembly line workers over here, and on average, they're making more money, but their wages aren't going up. So going to college, the way they try to spin that data is that going to college allows you to make more money. Not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. Because you start to look at how the economy's changing and how it's shifting, then we got to actually look at people that actually are pursuing something professionally on purpose, that didn't go to school or don't need to go to school, and those that are pursuing something professionally on purpose that did go to school. Now let's look at that data. But we can't just say everybody on the planet, because some people don't even want to darken the door of college because they're not even thinking about doing any kind of trade. They're just doing a job. They got other issues going on, and I get it. I want everybody to win. But it's not an apples to apples comparison. Bottom line is, college education, it's worth it sometimes. And a lot of times it's not. All right, there you go. All right, let's have some fun, shall we? I love this. We like to do this on Fridays. Where, look, we've all had embarrassing moments at work. We have people that call it time. They're not in a great work situation. So we want to try to bring a little laughter every once in a while because we've all done something dumb at work. And these people actually admit it on the internet. So here we go. It's very hard for me not to laugh at that last little sound. That's fantastic. May writes in, the first day I met my boss, I was sitting at my desk talking to him, and suddenly I started to smell the horrible stench of poop. All through the entire conversation, I was thinking to myself, where is this smell coming from? Is it him? Once the conversation was over, I turned over my shoe and realized I had stepped in a huge dog poo. I'm sure he could smell it the whole time because it was filling up the room. The worst thing was my boss saw me trying to get it off with a tissue, and I had to lie and say I stepped in mud. See, you didn't have to lie there. He was smelling the poo as well. Like, okay, I don't know how you guys handle it in the culture. If I'm sitting in that situation, I go, excuse me, let me check the bottom of my shoe. Do you got a dog? Did you step in dog poo? There's no way I have an entire conversation as a new employee with my leader and I act like the poo smell's not in the room. Do you?
I think it's almost worse because they smelled it and now they're thinking you just smell in general.
That, or they go, you're a liar. First day, you've outed yourself as a liar. Everybody knows it was dog poo. What's the big deal? It wasn't your poo. If it's your poo, you leave. But it's the dog's poo. So we just go, I stepped in it. All right. Folks, listen, panic at work gets you in trouble. And this is what happened to me. Here's the next one. Joe, I feel like this is something that might happen to you.
Thank you. I have not heard this story yet, so.
I know. Jesse writes in, I bought a new pair of black pants for work. They were a little loose around the waist in the store, but I felt like they fit well enough. Fast forward to me in the elevator 2 days later with some random woman, and my pants fell like below the crotch line. I apologized immediately, dropped my laptop, and hiked my pants back up. She got off at the next stop, and quickly at that.
I wear a belt, thank you.
I know, Joe. See, that's all a setup. I don't actually think that, but I think I could see Joe, though. Honestly, though, Madison actually gets it. So does Amanda. He goes and buys a new pair of pants. They're a little loose because Joe lost a bunch of weight recently. And he goes, I think those will work. And you're not wearing the belt, and they kind of fall down on you. I'm just saying it could happen. Don't take it personally, Joe. We're having fun on this Friday. And finally, Sam. Oh, the dreaded conference call screw up. You ready for this? Now, let me tell you something. This could happen to me. I try to own this stuff. You know what I mean? Could not paying attention to the conference call and the speakerphone. Here's what happened. We had an all-company conference call. I muted my phone so I could talk to my coworker. But apparently you have to hit the mute button again once you put it back on speakerphone. I did not know this and was going on and on about how the client was super annoying and, how a client wasn't on the phone, but how a client was super annoying and really difficult to deal with. Everyone on the call heard me whining like a baby. My boss was quiet for about 15 seconds and finally said, okay then, and moved on with the call. Got to be careful, Joe, on that speakerphone button. Got to be careful. Yikes. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. But before I let you go, I want to remind you that you matter and you do have what it takes. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, this is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.